I signed up for a free trial because I knew that I only needed it for one thing and it wasn't a subscription that I needed every single month because I wasn't going to use it every single month. So I signed up for this free 2-week trial and I was like, awesome. When I've used it for what I need it to use it for, I'm going to cancel the trial and I won't get charged. Well, I used it that very first day. I found what I needed to find. And then I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't cancel it. Maybe I should keep it for that entire 2-week trial just in case I need it again. So I didn't cancel it after I'd used it, but I put 2 reminders in my phone, not 1, but 2 reminders. So it would pop up and it would go, all right, now it's time to go cancel the subscription so that you don't get charged. And guess what? The reminder popped up while I was driving. So I was like, okay, I'll look at it later. I know I have another reminder. And then the next time when the reminder popped up, I was in the middle of doing something. So I was like, I'll remember, I'll snooze it. I'll do it when I'm done with what I'm doing. And guess what happened? As soon as I'd finished what I was doing, it completely was out of my mind. That 2 weeks went by. I absolutely, totally, completely forgot that I needed to cancel this trial until this thing popped up on my phone saying that I just paid out of my account for this subscription, this monthly subscription. And then it was like panic mode. I forgot about it. And that started the series of events of trying to figure out, of immediately going and canceling it so I didn't get charged for another month. Out of sight is out of mind. This is especially true with network marketing. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you how to follow up so that it isn't awkward, it isn't salesy, but you're always on the front of your prospect's mind. First, I'm going to show you the most effective way to do follow-ups. Secondly, I'm going to show you exactly what to say when you're doing the follow-ups. Make sure that you stay all the way to the end because I'm going to share with you actual examples that you can copy in your own business. I was taught how to do follow-ups in person. I do the opportunity meeting, and then if they said yes, great, sign them up. And if they said no, you were supposed to schedule a follow-up. Well, I wasn't great at doing opportunity meetings. And so invariably, the majority of the people that I talked to told me no. And so then I was left sitting there thinking, how do I do a follow-up? Because usually I knew that the people that had told me no, that I totally flubbed that presentation. I didn't want to follow up. I didn't even know how to bring the follow-up. I mean, what do you say? I know that I did a horrible job on this presentation. Can I follow up with you? Because I'm sure I'll do better the next time. I couldn't do that. So I'd sit there kind of like a deer in headlights, and it was like, thanks for letting me come. Bye. And then that whole car ride home, I'd be thinking about, how am I going to follow up? How am I going to call them? I don't want to call them. And so one day would go by, and 2 days would go by, and a week would go by, and I wouldn't call them. So it would just sit there. And then the next time I'd run into that person, the whole time I'd be talking to him, I'd be thinking, how do I bring it up in conversation? How do I bring it up in conversation? How do I follow up now that we're in person? And it was just a big, awkward mess. The most effective way to do follow-up is not in person. It's not over the phone. It's actually on social media. Just like I set up reminders on my phone to remind me of when I needed to go cancel that trial, social media posts serve as follow-up. It keeps your business on the front of everybody's mind. Even though they're excited about your opportunity and they want to join, they're so busy living their lives that they forget about it. You gotta follow up with them. You gotta remind them of why they wanted to do it. Even if your business is something that they want to do, it might not be at the front of their mind because they aren't part of it yet. They're not obsessed with building a business yet. It's just something that they want to do. The people that tell you no aren't telling you no forever. They're just telling you that right now is not the right time in their lives. You want to be in front of them and be able to share opportunity with them when it is their right time, when they are looking for some extra money, when they do find a need for your business in their lives. But if you are not following up with them constantly, you're not going to know when it's their time and when they're going to be ready to start a business. And in addition, if you're not following up with them constantly, when they are at that high noon, when it is time for network marketing in their life, they're not going to think about you because you're out of sight and out of mind. The very best way to do follow-up is through social media. as you are posting consistently and regularly, your posts are going to show up on your prospect's profile, which means that you're always going to be in sight and you're always going to be on their mind. And even if they told you no, when it's their time, they'll be thinking about how it can work in their life and they will reach out to you. Social media posts do all of your heavy lifting for you. It eliminates the need for those awkward follow-up calls where the phone weighs 40 million pounds and you don't know what to say. It eliminates the need to keep bugging them and asking them if now is the right time. It means that your friend and your family members won't run away when they see you, or even worse, ghost you and not return any of your phone calls because they know that you're just wanting to talk to them about that little side gig that you got going on. This way, it puts you in control, it positions you as the expert, and the best part about it is that you don't look needy because you're no longer chasing your prospects, you aren't hunting people down, they're now coming to you. You're using your social media posts as a way to follow up and keep people in the loop about your network marketing business. Let me know in the comments, which social media platform do you like to be on? Have you ever gone to the duck pond and watched little kids? It is fascinating to watch. If you watch the little kids, they are so excited about the duck that they'll see the duck and they will chase after him. Now, usually that kid has a piece of bread or some kind of food to feed the ducks. And so they're actually trying to be nice. They're chasing the duck to give this duck this bread, but the duck runs away and the kid doesn't understand why. The duck doesn't want to stop long enough to find out what the intention of the kid is. You could chase that duck all day long, but the duck is never going to get tired enough to give up. You are going to lose in the end, and the duck is not going to get that bread. However, there is a way to get the duck to eat out of your hand, and that is by leaving a trail of breadcrumbs leading up to you with the bread in your hand. If you do that, the duck will take one bite of bread and another bite of bread and another bite of bread until all of a sudden the duck is eating out of your hand and the duck doesn't even realize how it got there. It just was following that trail of breadcrumbs. When you do follow up on social media, you are layering post after post after post after post of what it looks like to be a network marketer. No matter what objection you are getting, whether they're telling you that they don't have time, they don't have the money, they have to ask a spouse, whatever that objection is, they all really stem from just two big questions that your prospect is asking themselves. And those two questions are, what's in it for me? Is it going to be worth my time? And secondly, they're asking themselves, can I do it? Do I want to do what you're doing? How easy is it? Am I going to be successful? Through social media, you are easily able to answer that questions. You can share stories of people that are having success. Share stories of how their life is changing. Share stories about how your life is changing. Think back to that moment that you joined network marketing. There was something going on in your life that you weren't happy about. And network marketing solved that problem for you. Your prospects are the same way. They're in pain. They've got some kind of problem in their life. And as soon as you figure out that problem, you can offer a solution. And the way that you figure out that problem is by asking them questions. Get to know them. Where are they at in their life? What kind of things are they dealing with? And how can network marketing solve that problem for them? When I started coaching Brandy, she was frustrated. She was contemplating walking away from network marketing because she had lots of leads, but nobody was signing up. And she was frustrated and she was discouraged. And she didn't know if network marketing was worthwhile anymore. She and I created a post that shared a behind the scenes look at what it was like to be a network marketer and how that had changed her life. That same day that she posted that post on Facebook, she got a message in her inbox from somebody that wanted to join right then. And she signed them up as a team member that very same day. Would you like my help creating customized posts for your social media? Send me an email if you'd like to apply to be part of my coaching program. When I started working with Stevie, she was extremely frustrated. When she posted a picture of her kids or a picture at her job, she'd get tons of comments. She'd get lots of people that liked it. And she'd get excited with all this engagement and all these likes on her pictures. But then she'd go to post something related to her business and she'd get crickets. Everybody completely ignored it. Her business was not growing the way that she wanted it to, and she wasn't having the success that she knew she could have. So we did two things to switch up how she was posting, and it immediately caused her to get more engagement and more likes, and most importantly, more customers and team members. The first thing that we did is that we started asking questions to find out what problems her friends on Facebook were dealing with. As soon as we found out what problems her followers were having, we created posts to address that. This immediately got the attention of the people that were looking for a solution to the pain that they were in right then. And those people reached out to find out how they could be a part of what Stevie was doing. The other thing that Stevie started doing was posting more of her own content, and she stopped sharing articles. Facebook is a business, and they want to keep people on their platform. So as Stevie was sharing links to articles and YouTube videos, Facebook was like, if people click on that link, they're not going to be on Facebook anymore, and Facebook didn't want that. So Facebook was diminishing her reach. They didn't like Stevie sending people off to other platforms. The third thing that we did was use call to action. Think back to that story about the ducks. When you lay out the trail of breadcrumbs leading up to your hand, the duck will follow. The duck knows what to do next. The duck knows that he takes one bite of bread, and then he takes a step forward and takes the next bite of bread, and then the next bite of bread, until all of a sudden he's eating out of your hand. Well, the same is true with your buyers and your customers. They need to know what to do next. Confused people do nothing. Confused buyers buy nothing. You need to lead them down that path, and the way that you do that is through your calls to action. What do you want them to do next? By making it clear in your post what you want them to do next, you're leading them down that path that's going to get them off the fence and onto your team. Click like and subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of the tips or tricks for growing your network marketing business. Thanks for watching today, and I'll see you next time.